Hello and welcome to the South West London and St George's Recovery College Home Learning Service. My name is Neil and I am one of the peer trainers with the college. In this video we will be taking a look at your toolbox for well-being. Before we start, I recommend that you have a pen and some paper ready, as you will find it useful to make notes. We will start by looking at what we mean by a toolbox for well-being. We will then explore what might go into your toolbox and what your toolbox may look like, how you can make sure the tools that help you manage your mental health are close at hand. We will then discover what tools you already have in your toolbox and see if there are any more that you might add. So, let's start by asking what we mean when we use the word toolbox. We all have bad days, times when things seem particularly difficult, and there will always be times when we feel upset, low, discouraged, angry, worried, or stressed. When we are feeling this way, it can be very helpful to have a toolbox we can turn to, a collection of objects, mementos, reminders, and other things that will lift our mood, reduce our stress levels, calm us and help us focus, or whatever it is that helps us feel better. Your toolbox might contain a hand cream with a scent that cheers you up, a recipe for something you particularly like to eat, a reminder to get out and go for a walk, or sit down and spend 10 minutes relaxing, or just to pause and have a cup of tea. Anything that helps you feel better when things are difficult. Things that people have put into their toolkits include items with a pleasant scent that bring back good feelings, pictures of people or places that have positive memories, positive affirmations, mindfulness colouring books, reminders to relax, exercise, or simply breathe, or a CD of relaxing music. One person put a gift voucher for their local nail bar in their toolbox because it gave them time to relax, being pampered always made them feel better, and they felt more presentable, which increased their self-confidence. There really is no right or wrong as long as it has a positive effect on your mental health and won't end up causing more problems in the long run, such as might happen with alcohol, smoking, drugs, and so on. However well stocked your toolbox is, it cannot help you if you can't find it when you need it. If you have items scattered around the house, or you are keeping a list of activities and exercises in your head, it is likely that you will struggle to locate or remember them when you need them most. I recommend that you take the time to gather everything that you want to include in your toolbox and put them together in one place. Depending on what you have in your toolbox, you may want to get an actual box and put everything in there. Or maybe it's a list of exercises and meditations you find helpful, in which case you may want to write it down and pin it to the back of your bedroom door, or put it on your phone, or perhaps laminate it and stick it to the fridge with a magnet. You may also want to make a smaller version of your toolbox that you can take with you wherever you go. This might be something with a pleasing smell, or a tactile object, or a list of do's and don'ts that you can have in your pocket, wallet, purse or handbag, in case you run into difficulties when you're out and about. What your toolbox looks like is entirely up to you, as long as you know where to find it when you need it. Even if you don't already have a toolbox, there are almost certainly things that you already do to help manage your mental health. Perhaps you have found that going for a walk has helped lift your mood, or doing a breathing exercise has lowered your stress. These things could easily become part of your toolbox. If you would like, you can pause the video now and spend a couple of minutes thinking about what you have done in the past that has helped you feel better when things have been difficult. Make a note of anything you can think of, and don't worry if you can't think of anything right now, and come back to the video when you are ready. Let's take some time to think about what new things you could add to your toolbox. The sorts of things that could be put in your toolbox can be split into three groups: items and objects, tools and techniques, and reminders. We will take a look at each of these groups over the next few slides and give you an opportunity to see if you can think of any that you might like to try. Let's start by looking at items and objects. These are actual physical items, and they are often the sorts of things that you might want to store in a box. They might be photographs or mementos that make you smile and lift your mood. They might be items that stimulate one or more of your senses, such as a CD or a playlist of relaxing music, incense or perfume to stimulate your sense of smell, or an interesting crystal you can hold, feel, and look at. Take a moment to think if there are any items or objects that you use at the moment, or if there's anything you might like to try, and make a note of what they are. Next, let's look at tools and techniques. Many people find that they benefit from using a breathing or relaxation exercise, or maybe mindfulness or other meditations that help to calm and focus their minds. Are these things that you might find helpful? If you haven't tried one before, or if you're struggling to find something that works for you, please check out the college's online e-learning hub, where you will find several exercises and meditations you can try. The address for the e-learning hub will be shown at the end of this video. Once you have found something that works, it is important to put it in your toolbox so you can find it when you need it. If you're keeping your toolbox on a phone, you might include links to your favorite online resources. Or if you're more old school, you might keep the meditation scripts or a CD with a guided meditation in your toolbox. Take a moment to think about any tools or techniques you currently use or might like to try that help you manage your mood, and make a note. And finally, reminders. It is all too easy to forget to do the things that help keep us well, especially when things are becoming more challenging. So you might want to include a reminder of the activities that help you and your well-being. For instance, going for a walk, meditating regularly, taking a long hot bath, or calling a trusted friend. You may even want to create a schedule to help you build these things into your day-to-day life. Again, take a moment to make a list of all the things that you do to help you manage your mood and the things you would like to try, including the items and objects and tools and techniques you have already thought of. Once you have your list, keep it in your toolbox or somewhere close to hand, so that if things become challenging, you can quickly refer to it and remind yourself of all the things that you might do that can help. Once you have a toolbox, it's important that you keep on developing it. Never stop looking out for new ideas. If you realize that something you're doing is helping you, then put it in your toolbox. If you hear about a new tool or technique that sounds interesting, then put it in your toolbox. And when you talk to other people and you find out what works for them, put it in your toolbox. Remember that if you don't try something, you will never find out if it works for you. And if it doesn't work, you can always take it out of your toolbox and try something else. And don't worry if a tool you have been using seems to stop working. There are plenty of others you can try, and the more you try, the more tools you will have in your toolbox. We have now come to the end of this video. Please take the time to watch it again if you would like to. I hope you have found this video useful. Keep an eye out for new videos and courses on our website, and keep learning about your mental health.